Hello, ladies and gentlemen of Streamland. Nice to be back here. My name is Lenny Mink. We are live at Lotown Studios from fantastic, sunny, hot, muggy, a little bit rainy, St. Louis, that's St. Louis, Missouri, or Missouri if you're outside the vicinity of this lovely town. We have a very special Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Okay. We have a very special Wednesday show today with the fantastic, super awesome, talented, sweet, and lovely people, husband and wife team, Janet Evra and Will Buchanan, accompanying her on the guitar. And they're going to play some songs. We're going to talk about this day in music history. We're going to try to play some clips. Took a little while to get those organized. We're going to play some of their beautiful music videos that they've done heretofore. And off we go. Without further ado, Janet Evra coming to you live at Lotown.
She is not home. Where could she be, this girl? Maybe with a friend. Could it be that she's gone dancing on her own? Later on, he tries again. There's no answer, no one answers. Does she have her music on so loud? Is she dancing one more samba? Oh, when the music starts to play, she yearns for the touch of a hand and a step for a step beneath the mirror ball, spinning into romance, wishing he had made the call. Ask her to dance, ask her to If he would dance, take a chance. If she would get to know him, not the idea, but the man. Maybe next week they'll be found at the downtown ballroom, side by side in one more samba. Oh, when the music starts to play, they make each other feel so alive, with a step for a step beneath the mirror ball, spinning into romance, happy he had made the call, and asked her to dance, ask her to dance, ask her, ask her, ask her. Cheers. Hello, everybody. in live stream land. And thanks for that intro, Lenny.
Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you. Terrific. Janet Evra and Will Buchanan. I'm going to be moving my mic over so that can hear each other a little bit better. Janet Evra, Will Buchanan, live at Lotown here. Remember, folks, you can find us, all of our links to the different places where we stream. You can find us at lotown.tv, LOTOWN.TV. And you can find Janet, among other places. You can find her right back here behind me. I'm going to pull up her website. I'm going to show you her beautiful website. One of the things that I really appreciate about your music and your approach to things, let's see, there we are. Especially in the world of jazz, jazz is often very, here we go. Here's Janet's website right here. In the world of jazz, it's often like very much moody, as we were talking about. Moody and everybody wears black, it's all suits and boots, as we used to say, But your brand, if you will, your style, your approach to things is quite the contrary. It's very bright, and your videos are wonderful. You use a lot of like bright colors, and your whole personality, I think, shines through in that regard as well. So I do appreciate that about your music very much. And we're going to do some fun things here for the show today. One of the things is we've got some clips lined up here that we're going to play in between your performances, live performances. And so I do have one clip that's kind of ready here, and let me see what we have. Well, this one actually, this would be a fun one to start with. This is the Ladies' Night clip. So I'm going to cue that up. Can you tell us a little bit about this particular project? This, of course, is a remake, I should say, a cover.
A loving cover, yes.
A loving cover of Ladies' Night, fancy, it's a classic funk tune.
The disco classic, yes.
Disco. I said
disco
funk. Uh-oh.
I think it's wrapped up in the same present for this song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we both loved this tune, Ladies' Night by Kool and the Gang, and we thought, I could sing it, but it would be so much cooler if we got someone else to sing it, like maybe Anita Jackson. So we reached out and we were like,
Anita Jackson. Anita Jackson alert.
Oh my goodness. And she did not disappoint.
Anita Jackson? Everybody needs a Jackson. Okay. Oh, there we go. First bad joke of the day. I was the one. Count me in on that. All right. So this is this is a short but very cool take on a classic disco hit, we would call it, I guess, a disco number. Ladies' Night, and this is Anita Jackson on the vocals. Who else was part of this project?
I'm so glad you asked. We had Mr. Tim Moore, who laid down his drum track right here at Lotown Studios and just did a killer job with it.
As always.
And when we had Will Buchanan on the guitar, myself, and of course Andy Stevens on keys, and he also did the videography and also just did an excellent job making us look good. So it was a great project. Very cool.
Well, here we go. Ladies' Night, reharmed, as we say in the jazz world, and so forth. So here we go.
Oh yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, oh what a night. Yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh yes, it's ladies' night, oh what a night. Girls, y'all got the one, a night that's special everywhere. From New York to Hollywood, it's ladies' night. The feeling's good, oh yes, it's ladies' night. And the feeling's right, oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Yes, it's ladies' night. And the feeling's right, oh yes, it's ladies' night. Oh, what a night. Gotta step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Gotta step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Gotta step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Gotta step out ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. disco nights, your name will be seen. You can fulfill all your dreams. Party here, party there, everywhere. This is your night, baby, you got to be there. This is your night tonight, everything's gonna be alright. This is your night tonight, everything's gonna be alright. This is your night tonight, everything's gonna be alright. This is your night tonight.
If the stars were mine, I'd give them all to you. I'd pluck them down right from the sky and leave it only blue. I would never let the sun forget to shine upon your face. So when others would have rain clouds, you'd have only sunny days. If the stars were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd put the stars right in a jar and give them all to you. Ooh. If the birds were mine, I'd tell them when to sing. I'd make them sing a sonnet when your telephone would ring. I would put them there inside the square whenever you went out, so there'd always be sweet music whenever you'd walk about. If the birds were mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd teach the birds such lovely words and make them sing for you. I'd teach the birds such lovely words and make them sing for you. If the world was mine, I'd paint it gold and green. I'd make the oceans orange for a brilliant color scheme. I would color all the mountains, make the sky forever blue, so the world would be a painting and I'd live inside with you. If the world was mine, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd wrap the world in ribbons and then give it all to you. I'd teach the birds such lovely words and make them sing for you. I'd put the stars right in a jar and give them all to you.
That was lovely. Janet Evra on vocals and guitar. So I think most of your fans probably think of you or know you as mostly as a bassist, a bass player.
That's accurate. That's my main squeeze right now is
Yeah,
the
but
bass.
you got some guitar chops. You got some chops. So Janet Evra, everyone, JANETEVRA.com. I'm going to switch over to our lovely shot in the control room here. Here's Janet's website right behind me. Gives you a good idea of what she's all about. And visit her website. Visit her Facebook page. We are streaming live, Lotown.tv. Always fun here in the house at Lotown, always activity of various kinds. So, Janet, as we say around these parts, you ain't from around here, are you?
No, sir.
Tell us your a little bit about your background, I guess, as it were. You're from England?
I am from England. I'm from a city called Gloucester, which is in the Midlands, which is sort of the Midwest of the UK. It's a nice place to have grown up, and if anyone has watched Midsummer Murders, the rolling countryside, the hills, that's what it looks like all around Gloucester, just very peaceful. And yeah, I came over to the US, or the States, a while back now to come to college and see what US college life was like, and ended up meeting Will here, and the rest is history.
So how far, Gloucester is which part of England is that? Where's that?
The Midlands, or specifically the West Midlands.
The West
It's
Midlands.
100 miles west of London.
100 miles west of London. Okay. Interesting. So that would be it's like the Jeff City of Jefferson City. Okay.
What one might say.
Yeah. Well, we have people tuning in from all over the world and all over the place, so they probably wouldn't even get the reference. So, but that's okay. So, name all of the other excellent jazz musicians that have come out of your town. There must be like tons of them, right?
Ooh, there's old Bill Gloucester. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, old Bill. We remember him. He did that date back in '56 with Miles Davis in Gloucester. Well, that's funny. So, did you grow up in a jazz family? I mean, are you like the one musician in your family, of other musicians?
I like to say I'm the least musical person in my own family.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I am. My family is full of musicians.
Cool.
I grew up with a organ in the house, an electronic organ to be fair, but still shook the floorboards.
Yeah.
My mum plays and teaches piano. My sister is a multi-instrumentalist and composer, and is right now composing a 26-piece symphony piece based on COVID tunes that people love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
A COVID series, a COVID song cycle, or a COVID symphony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another underachiever in your family.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of annoying, to be honest with
Ah.
you. But none of them do jazz, so I'm the only one.
None of them
in
do
that
jazz.
I've staked my claim to this
Interesting.
niche.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but do you have like a family band? I mean, besides your family band here.
My dad wishes we had a family band. I used to play with my sister. We did some duo sets in our youth, but those days, sadly, are gone. My dad wishes they were still here.
That's
so
funny.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad. And everyone is still back in England?
They are, yes.
Okay. Wow. Well, we're glad to have you here in the States with us, and you and Will met in college, and it was love at first chord, if you will. Is that what happened? It was one of those kind of things?
Well, Will's got a mic too, so
Come on, Will,
we'll
tell
see
us.
what he says.
Give up the goods, man.
They gave me my own microphone, which is usually
That may be
a
dangerous.
mistake,
We
yeah.
may have to watch out for.
We actually met at a 8 a.m. music fundamentals class, so we
Interesting.
were too tired and bleary-eyed to have love at first sight.
Okay.
You know how 8 a.m. is when you're in college.
It was love at second sight.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
cool.
We definitely enjoyed each other's music and just sort of fell into it that way. So.
Amazing.
And her plan was to return to the UK after college, but she didn't make it back.
But you needed a bass player. So
and a singer and a face for the
she said,
band.
listen, I got this band concept, but we got to get married for it to work. So that's kind of how it worked out. Okay. Well, good. Well done, Will. Nice work, man.
Thank you very much.
And Janet, you did pretty good, too. So.
I'll say so.
All right. Well, we are having a good time here live at Lotown. Janet Evra and Will Buchanan. Lotown.tv. Also visit us on all of your favorite social interwebs. So shall we do another song, and then we'll come back and talk about this day in music history and maybe talk about some funny jazz things? Okay. What was the title of that last song, by the way? Let's tell us what that was.
That was called If the Stars Were Mine, and it was a cover of
Oh, it was a cover. Okay, we were
Melody
wondering
Gardot
here.
tune. Yeah,
Whose tune is it?
Melody Gardot. She's great.
Melody Gardot. Okay, thank you, Melody, for that tune. Hope you make $1 million off of our broadcast. And what is the next one? What are we going to hear next?
Yeah, we're going to do a bossa nova classic, Corcovado, which
Oh,
is the
now
name
you're
of the
talking.
mountain above
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro.
Okay.
I got to grab my bass for this one, too.
Okay, grab your bass. We'll come back after that, and maybe we'll play another video clip. We've got a couple of other wonderful video clips queued up from Janet Evra, and are you going to be singing in a foreign language, as we say around here?
In a foreign language?
You can be in a foreign language.
I am. I'll be singing one of the verses in Portuguese.
Portuguese, which I think, I'm just telling you people out there in Streamland, I think maybe the most beautiful sounding language in the world, I think, really. What matters what I think? Let's hear it. Corcovado, Janet Evra.
Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from my guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and a window that looks out on Corcovado. Oh, how lovely. Cantinho, um violão, esse amor uma canção pra fazer feliz a quem se ama. Muita calma pra pensar e ter tempo pra sonhar. Da janela vê-se o Corcovado, Orerantor, que lindo. Quero a vida sempre assim, com você perto de mim, até ao apagar da veia chama. E eu que era triste, descrente de si o mundo, ao encontrar você eu conheci que é a felicidade, meu amor. Quiet nights of quiet stars, quiet chords from my guitar, floating on the silence that surrounds us. Quiet thoughts and quiet dreams, quiet walks by quiet streams, and a window that looks out on Corcovado. Oh, how lovely. This is where I want to be, here with you so close to me, before the final flicker of life's embers. I who
Oh, yes. Corcovado by a beautiful rendition here with Janet Evra, Will Buchanan. I think that's my favorite Joe Beam tune. I just want to throw that out there.
It's a good one.
And was it João Gilberto originally on that?
That's right.
It
Yeah.
was?
Okay, right. A lot of people kind of know that music these days, but they don't really know it well, or they don't really know the roots, where it comes from, why it's important, the impact that so-called bossa nova had, on the world at the time, and still does. That's a lovely tune. Why'd you pick that one in particular?
Oh,
Any
just
particular
because
reason?
it's one of my favorites too. Yeah.
Yeah, bossa
It just-
nova is just so incredible. It's like there was this amazing jazz music coming out of America in the 50s, primarily from the African American community. And then Joe Beam and Gilberto and others in Brazil heard it, and they were coming out of a samba and sort of Latin tradition, and they sort of put together some jazz from the States with some of their own music to create bossa nova, and it just took the world by storm. And then, African American and white jazz musicians in the States started playing it, and for a couple of years it was just a craze that it's hard to appreciate today just how big of a deal it was. And you still see it in the movies and in Mad Men and
Yeah.
places like that, and it's just the best music. It really is.
It is. And João Gilberto, I mean, what an incredible career. I was actually just, I kind of pulled up some notes and things about Gilberto. I mean, he worked with everybody, Stan Getz. He said he was they were all influenced by Bird, by Charlie Parker, who's also, of course, basically a Missourian, really invented bebop, you can say, or the beginnings of bebop in Kansas City, right? And, but there are a lot of people a lot of contemporary artists that also are rooted in that sound, you might say. Think of Norah Jones in a way, right? There's a certain delicate, I wouldn't say fragile, but a certain kind of delicate quality to bossa nova music, and that the sound of that, you almost hear the ocean and the breezes there from Brazil in the music, And the people talk about Gilberto, that one of his most powerful qualities as a performer was silence. He could command a 20,000 seat venue by not even making a sound, just his presence, And that's a very interesting commentary on the power of that music. Well, we are here live, Lotown.tv, and we have a couple more clips queued up here. Let me see. I'm going to pull one up and see what we have, and if we can maybe give us a quick preface. Well, actually, I can't quite tell what this one is. It's an awesome music video made by Janet Evra and company. And the way we got the clips organized today, the names are funky. So, hey, whatever. We're going to play it, and it's going to be awesome.
Special surprise.
Special surprise video. And I'll tell you, you can come in while it's playing, and we'll figure it out, and then we'll talk about it after, okay? All right. So here we go. Another music video from Janet Evra and company.
We're floating along downstream. We have a lot to do. We're under the willow trees. Don't weep with the willows. However the story ends, remember. We are floating on life again. We are floating on life again. We are floating on life again. We are floating on life again.
Okay, we are back live at Lotown Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri, USA, the birthplace. This town is arguably the birthplace of rock and roll and probably modern jazz. Of course, the great Miles Davis is from here, right, Janet?
That's right.
Yes.
East St. Louis, technically, but you know.
East Saint. Shout out to East Saint. East Saint, represent. Now, tell us the name of that beautiful song we just listened to and watched.
That was Floating on Life,
Floating
a Janet
on
Evra original.
That's an original. Fantastic tune. Lovely video, too. Who were the musicians on that cut?
Yeah, so that one was Demarius Hicks on drums,
Okay.
and Mr. Adam Manis, of course, on the keys, Will on the guitar, myself on bass and vocals and harmonies. That's right, sprinklings of additional awesome on percussion from Justin Ra.
Very nice. Justin Ra. Have a relationship. We did a record with Justin. Fantastically talented gentleman. So we're really happy to have you here, guys. I'm having a blast. You know, I wanted to ask you one question. Well, a couple questions. I have a lot of questions. We're not going to talk too much. Last week people said, play more, talk less. So, and I say, whatever. When do you get a chance to get personal, up close and personal, and ask important, meaningful, life-changing questions from the artist to the artist, of the artist, whatever. All right, so one question I have is, what's it like being married and being in a band together? Because, well, being a band together. Because I have a friend, musical compadre of mine, James Clay, and he has this great line. He says, the only problem with bands is that there's other people in them. All right? So what is that like? Do you guys like, is it like, you know, normal couples fight about, I don't know, socks on the counter and, you know, kid things and whatever. You're like, I can't believe you played a B flat. That should have been a F natural, you know. Do you guys fight about things like that? How does that work?
Well, your friend's not wrong. Fortunately, we don't tend to fight about mistakes that we make. We're both very understanding and forgiving of each other's musical journey. But we do fight a lot about arrangements. Like, I really want this hit to be on the and of 3. And he's like, no, it needs to be the and of 4. It's just better. And I'm like, no. You know, so this goes
Where to
down
put the
regularly.
brakes and on the how many times to hit the chorus.
I mean, that is a first world problem. You know?
Yeah, that's definitely a first world problem, you know. Yeah. Okay. That should be an 8-bar break, not a yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's okay. You know, it's okay to appreciate the gifts that we have and to acknowledge that not all people have the ability and the luck, good fortune, and maybe perseverance to arrive at this moment in their life, right, where they can play music for a living and share their music and that sort of thing. And that's okay. We should be proud of that. There's no shame in that game. So give me like a rundown of like your top 5 or maybe 5 female jazz musicians and or singers that we would like to know about or that you love.
Ooh.
I bet
Okay.
I could guess them.
Ooh, Ooh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a
Let's
fun
see.
game.
We'll try to
Yeah.
guess them.
All right,
Here we go.
Let's see if I get it right. The top 5 would be, you already heard from Melody Gardot, amazing singer.
Ding, ding, ding.
Cyril Aimé from France.
Also
amazing
ding, ding,
singer
ding.
Wow,
who we-
okay.
Who we saw at Jazz St. Louis last year.
Mhm.
Esperanza Spalding.
Oh, yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
incredible bass playing, singing, Grammy-winning phenom.
Pretty much, you need to meet her. Esperanza, if you're listening, come on. Come on. Janet Evra needs to be, I don't know, opening for you on your next tour whenever those things take
Ooh,
place
that
again.
sounds
That would be
pretty fun.
amazing.
I
Wouldn't that be
think I
cool?
would explode with excitement.
I know,
if that
right?
happened.
And then
Okay.
for the next, those are the big 3, I would say.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, I think you'd have Madeline Peru is
Oh,
another
yeah.
wonderful singer.
She is
who writes
wonderful,
great
yes.
Songs. And in the last place, it would be somewhere in between Gretchen Parlato or Leanne La Havas. Somebody like that, I would say.
Gretchen,
did I
you
at
got
least
it.
get 4 or
You
5?
good.
got it.
That's
All
good.
right, all right.
Nice.
We're in
And
sync.
very good. Okay.
Now ask Janet, my favorite acid jazz guitar players from the 70s. I don't think she's even going to get one of them right.
That's funny. Wow. Well, and then there's also other female bassists, obviously, and like I have like great love and appreciation for some of the female, Tal Wilkenfeld is incredible.
Tonina right here in town.
That's right.
Tonina right here in town, that's right. Tonina Saputo making a lot of waves. She's fantastic. She's actually worked here in the studio a bit here at Lotown.
Nice.
Boy, Tina Weymouth, the Talking Heads bass player, right? Fantastic. So there are others out there, many others that we haven't mentioned. But okay, let's play a little game. You want to play a little game? This day in music history. And I found some interesting things. This day in music history. So let's pick, how about pick a decade, okay? And let's see what happened on this day in music history. What decade would you like to go to?
60s or 70s, Will. What do you think?
Let's go to the 60s.
60s, July 8th. Is today July 8th?
I believe so.
All right. Let's see what happened on this day in music history, July 8th in the 60s. The Beatles, well, because everything happened on every day. I mean, the Beatles did something every day and they were chronicled, so we already know. But here's an interesting. July 8th, 1965, the Dave Clark Five had their movie, Catch Us If You Can, premiere in London, not far from your hometown. The film was renamed to Having a Wild Weekend for its U.S. release. Songs featured by the group in the movie included Catch Us If You Can and Having a Wild Weekend and I Can't Stand It. So, Dave Clark Five. You remember them? No.
Can't say that I do.
Not so familiar. Well, that's okay. You want to know what the Beatles did today? In 1966, they released the Nowhere Man 4-track EP in the UK, which included, wow, this is cool. It included Drive My Car, Michelle, and You Won't See Me. All 4 tracks were taken from the Beatles' 6th UK studio album, Rubber Soul. So this was the Rubber Soul era for the Beatles, basically just as they were starting to melt their brain and all that kind of stuff, right? Wow, big day in music history. Mott the Hoople, Led Zeppelin, Donny Osmond. Whoa, Donny Osmond was at #1 in the UK singles chart on this day, 1972, with his version of the Paul Anka song Puppy Love. Things were simpler back then, weren't they?
We know that one.
You know that one. Things were much simpler back then, weren't they? Yeah. Okay, one more thing. This day in music history. Give me another decade.
The 80s, man.
Oh, yeah, let's go to the 80s. All right, cool. Nothing interesting happened. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, 1984, did not expect this. Bob Dylan's current European tour came to an end at Slane Castle, County Meath, in Ireland. Dylan was joined on stage by Van Morrison, and they duetted on It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. U2's Bono, who was sent to interview Dylan for the Irish rock magazine Hot Press, ended up duetting with Dylan on Blowin' in the Wind and Leopard Skin Pillbox Hat. And then Carlos Santana, who happened to be in town, also joined Dylan on stage and played guitar on the last 7 songs of the set. Notably, he, of course, didn't know any of the changes to the songs, but it didn't matter because it's Dylan. So, okay, I just threw that in. All right, all right. So there you go. Another interesting thing I'll tell you about. Most people these days, even jazz lovers, I think, underappreciate the great Ella Fitzgerald. Right. So here's a little note about Ella Fitzgerald. At the very first Grammy, do you know when the very first Grammy Awards were? Take a guess. What year? Very first Grammy Awards.
87.
No.
I have no idea.
Go back.
He's rewinding the clock.
Rewind the clock.
Okay, my bad.
1958.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Ella Fitzgerald picked up her first 2 Grammys and made history as the first African-American woman to win the award for Best Individual Jazz Performance and Best Female Vocal Performance for the 2 songbook projects. Ella Fitzgerald sings The Duke Ellington, of course, and she also did a songbook, the Irving Berlin songbook, that year as well. And she performed several times with Sinatra, I believe, that year. And in 1960, she broke into the pop charts with her rendition of Mac the Knife, which is still a great version, actually, and it's still a great song. So Ella Fitzgerald, I had the great luck and fortune, you might say, of hanging out with one of her best friends when I worked for a wonderful company based here in St. Louis, Missouri, called Jazz Cruises, now known as Entertainment Cruise Productions. And I got to hang out with a guy named Freddie Gruber, who is passed now. Freddie was a drum master teacher. And Freddie was very good friends with Ella, and he told me some fun stories. And he basically said, what he said was, yeah. He goes, yeah, her singing was good. Her singing was good, but you should try her cooking. Apparently she was a fantastic cook. And so, all right, a little Ella Fitzgerald background for you. Janet Evra, Will Buchanan, live here at Lotown Studios, Lotown, Lotown, Lotown.tv. Are you going to play another tune for us?
We are.
Okay, what's this one?
Well, we've mentioned Miles Davis earlier. We're going to play a Miles Davis tune called Solar,
Oh, yeah.
but with lyrics in French from a Polish singer who we found on YouTube, who's really awesome.
Of
Maria
course.
Pawłowa.
I get all that. That makes perfect sense to me. I'm in. Count me in. All right, here we go. Janet Evra with her rendition of Solar from the great St. Louis, East St. Louis born Miles Davis. Janet Evra.
Je suis à l'air, tout là-haut dans mon vaisseau, chercher mon soleil et ma lune en verso. Mais les étoiles filantes et des grands trous noirs m'ont dérivé sur Solar, auquel envol, oh la belle auréole, pluie de météorites, flux solaire volcanique. J'ai rêvé, j'ai volé, j'ai déboussolé, et me voilà sur Solar. je suis allée tout là-haut dans mon vaisseau. Je suis chez mon soleil et ma lune en verso. J'ai rêvé, j'ai volé, j'ai déboussolé. Et me voilà sur soleil, quel envol, oh, la belle auréole. Pluie de météorites, flux solaire volcanique. J'ai rêvé, j'ai volé, j'ai déboussolé. Et me voilà sur soleil.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Janet Evra and Will Buchanan, for joining us here. We've had a great time. We've got some really great comments as well on the live stream. Keep it coming, folks. We really appreciate it. And some shout outs to our friends that are actually listening: Holly Barber, Eric Luther. We've got some lovely listeners: Brenda Gente, if I spell that right, Flavio de Matos Franco. And folks, we are evolving the show as we go. Sometimes we have little audio issues and little video issues, but it's a pretty complicated little setup here, and we're having a good time. We're trying to make it more fun and more better for everybody every week as we go. So thank you for your comments. Thank you for your suggestions. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Lotown.tv. Also visit janetevra.com, and I'm going to show you her website here one more time. You know you're there when you're seeing the lovely pink orange hat. There you go. So come on back and do it again, will you?
Thank you so much, Lenny. This has been so fun. Lotown is awesome. Hope we'll be back sometime.
Yes, and we will be doing a song together, recording a track together here real soon, and we're working with the great Ryan Marquez. We're going to have the Ryan Marquez show tomorrow again at 5 p.m. So a lot of fun things happening around here, and it's been a blast. I think we're probably just, if you guys want to, jam out a little bit, we'll kind of roll on out of here. Take care, everybody. Thank you once again. My name is Lenny Mink, Lotown Studios, Lotown.tv. And if you'd like to do your own show here, let us know. We are open to suggestions, ideas, and if you know someone that wants to come on the show, send them our way. Thank you very much.